Good morning to respected Reverend Father Principal, dear teachers,
enlightening each of you on various consumer and co-related information.
I'm certain everyone here is familiar with the term consumer.
I am a consumer. You are a consumer. You buy products from the market. I buy products from the market. These purchases give you satisfaction. These purchases give me satisfaction too.
But hey, do you know what makes us consumers? Have you any idea of the privileges that we as consumers are offered? No?
Well then, allow us, the Consumer Club, to give you an insight into the same.
So stressed and annoyed.
Yes, I am stressed and angry and annoyed, and I am at my wit's end.
Relax. Tell me, what's the issue?
The issue is I celebrated my anniversary yesterday, and to surprise my wife, I decided to give her an induction cooktop to ease her kitchen chores.
Wow, she's one lucky lady.
Indeed, she is. But you know, my friend, I'm surely an unlucky man. And before you ask me why, let me tell you. So, we invited our whole family over to a dinner party and were to serve them a wholesome meal using the surprise induction gift to her. Only to realize the induction set wouldn't just turn on. Instead, there were a series of sparks. After plugging it into the electrical socket, at the end, I had to host all my guests at a high-priced restaurant, which ordered me a bill of rupees 3,000.
Oh man, that is quite bad. But frankly speaking, I don't see a problem there. Why don't you just get the product that you purchased from the seller? It definitely has a warranty on it.
I tried. They won't take it back. Sadly, I have been cheated and duped on a purchase worth rupees 2,500.
What? Why not? What's the matter?
The matter, it's our country, it's our policies, it's our system, it's our government, it's all a scam. This would not have happened to me had I been settled in a foreign country.
Hey buddy, calm down. You need not get nasty. You know, our country, India, has been at the helm doing its bit to promote interests for consumers like you and for me. Let me show you.
India, a country with over 1.28 billion consumers driving its economy and moving towards digitization and global supply chain. As India rises and shines in the world economy as a powerful country with a strong government at the helm of affairs, the Ministry of Consumer Affairs is relentlessly working towards consumer empowerment. Which resonates with our Honorable Prime Minister's vision.
Ultimately, consumer is a king.
India has a Consumer Protection Act 1986 and a new bill has been tabled in 2015 with additional features to provide adequate protection of the interests of consumers. Jago Grahak Jago has been a marquee consumer awareness drive.
Agreed. But what does this cobra have to do to me?
Cobra? Oh, you mean the Consumer Protection Act 1986. Well, you see, it's a law that our government in India passed to protect the rights of us as consumers.
Did you just mention rights? These rights sound like well-formatted policy proposals on just mere paper.
No. That is not true. You are just speaking like that because you, my friend, don't realize your rights as a consumer. Don't worry, let me explain.
He consults a doctor. The doctor said that Bharat had to get his tonsils removed by surgery. Bharat gets admitted in the hospital for the treatment. Bharat was given the treatment, but due to the negligence of the doctor and the hospital staff, Bharat was given an overdose of anesthesia. Bharat's father filed a complaint against the hospital in the State Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission. Bharat's father asked for compensation from the hospital of rupees 5 lakhs because the hospital was responsible for the paralyzed state of his child. The State Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission held the hospital responsible for the paralysis of Bharat and asked them to pay him the compensation. As we saw in this case, that how the use of wrong medicines and the negligence of someone can cause harm to us as consumers. Similarly, today we as consumers are facing that very problem. we have to face all such goods and services which can be very dangerous for us. For example, a pressure cooker's valve is damaged or defective, then it can cause very serious accidents. So the manufacturers of the cooker must take care that the valve is made of good quality and the government must verify the same. Right to consumer education.
उपभोक्ता शिक्षा का अधिकार
360-degree campaigns on multimedia platforms aim to educate and spread awareness about consumer protection.
हम उपभोक्ता से सबसे पहले अपील करेंगे कि आप जागरूक बनें.
Guidelines and directive from Ministry of Consumer Affairs ensure that consumers know about the quality, quantity, potency, purity, standard and price of goods or services through Smart Consumer app or
Right to be informed. Sidel, who is an engineering graduate, applies for a government job, for which she gives an interview with all the necessary documents and certificates. Many days passed, but Sidel was not aware of her result yet. So she contacted the officials to inquire about her result. Even after that, she did not get any proper response from them. Later, she filed an online RTI request form, that is, Right to Information Request Form, so that she could check her result and plan her future accordingly. Because of filing an RTI, she now knew what was her result. She had passed the examination and also got a job offer. This story of Sidel applies to us, consumers as well, because we have the right to be informed about the goods and services that are available in the market. It is important for a product to contain information like the ingredients, batch number, maximum retail price, date of manufacture and date of expiry, so that we know about the product and make a decision whether to buy that product or not. Right to seek redressal.
consumers' interests will receive due consideration at appropriate forums. To seek redressal against unfair trade practices or unscrupulous exploitation of consumers, National Consumer Helpline has been strengthened by augmenting the number of counselors to 60. Online portal consumerhelpline.gov.in and web chat was introduced to mediate consumer issue. National Consumer Helpline has partnered with over 300 companies to offer resolution by involvement of senior officials of these companies.
Right to choose. Yash joins a coaching institute for his studies of class 11th and 12th, for which he fills up an admission form and pays a fee of rupees 1 lakh in advance for 2 years. Yash studied in that institute for a year, but he had a major problem with the way of teaching and understanding the concepts. So he decides to leave that institute and join a new one. Yash realizes that he had already paid the fees of the second year too in advance. So he checks the terms and conditions of the admission form that he filled earlier, and there was nowhere mentioned that a student cannot take a refund if he decides to leave the coaching in between. Yash asked the institute for a refund of the amount that he paid for the second year. But the institute denied to return his money and asked him to leave. A complaint against the coaching institute in the district consumer court. The court orders the institute to return rupees 57,000 to him, as it is his right to choose whether he wants to study there or not. With this incident, we can understand that no matter whoever it is, whatever gender, whatever is his age, or whatever kind of service he is taking, he has the right to choose as a consumer, which means it is up to us. If we don't like any good or service, then we can change it and also make an appeal in the consumer court. Right to be heard. In the COBRA Act, a three-tier quasi-judicial machinery was made at the district, state and national level to resolve the consumer disputes. The district level court, also known as district forum, are those to whom the claims are sent, which are up to rupees 2 lakhs. The state level court or the state commission are those to whom claims are sent which amount from rupees 20 lakhs and go up to rupees 1 crore. The claims which amount more than rupees 1 crore are sent to the National Commission. Because of the COBRA Act, we consumers have the right to be heard, because of which we consumers can go to the court and solve our problems.
So, how do you view your problem now? Do you not feel empowered knowing that you can approach protective agencies such as district courts, state and national commissions to address your grievance?
Oh yes. How could I be so ignorant? I should have known better how to exercise my rights and how to seek relief. Okay, thanks man. I got to go now.
Huh? Where to?
I need to register my complaint at the nearest consumer forum and get my rightful compensation.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. But tell me, why such a rush?
You see, my wife has sent out advance lunch invites to my in-laws on my birthday on the 15th of next month. So I need to make sure that before my in-laws show up, my induction is either replaced or refunded.
That makes sense. I understand. Well, see you, ma'am.
They seem like they have learned quite a lot about their consumer rights and responsibilities. Have you? Well then, let me sum it up for you. Consumer rights give us rights to fight against malpractices legally in the court of law. These are namely:
right to safety, right to consumer education, right to be informed, right to seek redressal, right to choose, and right to be heard. We now would like to show you an informational clip on the recently rumored allegations which are being made on plastic rice being supplied in the market by ration holders.
ज्यांना राजून आपले महिन्याचे राशन हाडले त्यांना ताणे पळयले की काय तांदूळ बाकी तांदळांपेक्षा वेगळे दिसताले. राजूक थोडी गडबड दिसली. ताका लागून हाच्या बद्दल तो आपलो इश्ट देवाकडे उलयलो. देव, हांवें ह्या फावटी 45 तांदूळ घेतिल्ले जातून बारीक पोषक तत्व मेळिल्ले आसले, पण म्हाका हातून प्लास्टीक सारखे कितें तरी दिसले. हांवें सुद्दां आयकलां की प्लास्टीक तांदूळ बाकीच्या तांदळांनी मिक्स करून विकतात म्हूण. हाच्या बद्दल हांवें एक व्हिडिओ सुद्दां पळयल्लो जातून तांणी शितापासून बोल तयार केल्लो. अरे, हे खरेंच रे? आता हांव ह्या तांदळाचें कितें करूं? राजू, आयज आमच्या गांवांत फूड सेफ्टी ऑफिसर आयल्या. चल या, तांकांच विचारूया. राजू आणि देव आपल्या एरियेतले फूड सेफ्टी ऑफिसराक मेळून हाच्या बद्दल उलोवणी केली. सर, पळयात न्ही, ह्या 45 तांदळांतले कांय तांदूळ वेगळे दिसता. भियो नाका. FSSAIच्या आदेशाप्रमाण तांदळांत बारीक पोषक तत्व जाय तितल्याच प्रमाणात मिक्स केल्ले वता. हाकाच म्हणटात फोर्टिफाईड रायस. फोर्टिफाईड रायस तांदळाचो पावडर आणि बारीक पोषक तत्व जसे व्हायटमिन B12, फॉलिक ऍसिड आणि आयर्न हे सगळे सामक्या प्रमाणात मिक्स करून केले वता. मागीर हे तांदूळ बाकीच्या तांदळांत 100 तांदळांनी एक तांदूळ अशा प्रमाणात मिक्स केले वता. बरें आसा, पूण हे बॉल कशे कित्याक जाता? उकडिल्ल्या शीतांत 80% स्टार्च असता आणि कार्बोहायड्रेटची अदीक मात्रा आशिल्ल्या कारणान शीत चिटकून उरता आणि तातूंत लवचिकता सुद्धा येता. आणि हा, खंयच्याय तरेचे शीत चिटकून तुम्ही अशा तरेचो बॉल तयार करपाक शकता. हे तर तुम्ही सामकी खरी गजाल सांगली सर. पण 45 तांदळाची दवरपाची पद्दत आणि उकडपाची पद्दतीन कितें फरक असता? कांयच ना. 45 तांदळाचे दवरपाची पद्दत, स्वाद आणि उकडपाची विधी बाकीच्या तांदळासारखीच असता. आमी प्रत्येक दिसाच्या जेवणात 45 तांदळाचो आस्पाव करपाक जाय जातून आमकां आणि आमच्या फॅमिलीक बरे तरेचे पोषण मेळपाक शकतले. हाच्याच बरोबर सगळे तांदूळ उत्पादकांनी सुद्धा 45 रायस उपलब्ध करपाक जाय जातून आमी हाचो लाभ घेवपाक शकतात. सर, तुम्ही तर आमचे दोळेच उगडले. आता हांव म्हाका आणि माझ्या फॅमिली खातीर 45 तांदूळच हाडटलो. फूड सेफ्टी अँड स्टँडर्ड ऑथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया कडल्यान लोकहितार्थ कळीत केले वता.
Now, I request Reverend Father Principal to kindly address the gathering.
Good morning to you. First of all, I thank Sir Nilesh for inviting the national level media to shoot our program today. And for all the hard work that Sir Nilesh has put along with his team, I think he deserves a clap. I appreciate and I keep repeating those clubs who make a difference to the higher secondary. The purpose of the clubs is to contribute something that otherwise would not have happened in the school. And we have so many staff members, we have so many students with their own interests, with their abilities. When we help each other grow, the growth is multiplied. And therefore, I want to encourage, I can only talk to people who get motivated, who have the desire to do something. Because those who don't, no point in asking them, because nothing will happen. So I'm encouraging those to get interested in your respective clubs, make a difference, add something to our knowledge, to our betterment, to our growth, to the growth of the higher secondary, and to which today, Sir Nilesh, what you presented was excellent today. The way they spoke, the way they came in, the way they went out, I did not see a single flaw anywhere, including catching and taking the props. All well done, well arranged, with the backdrop poster put, everything looked into, and I saw Sir Nilesh coming during the holidays with his group to prepare for this assembly. So well done. I should say, even I learned a lot of things on account which I myself never knew, sir. Thank you for enlightening me. I've learned various privileges that I have. No? I have so many rights, I never knew I had so many rights. Thank you for that. Thank you. But students, what I would be also happy is, if sir were to tell us about our duties as a consumer. As consumers, we have duties as well. When I eat a Lay's packet, not to throw over there as a consumer is my duty. Not to consider the world as a dustbin, I take my garbage and throw on the road as a consumer is my duty not to do that. It's my duty as a consumer not to consume what my parents cannot afford to give me. Is my duty not to consume those things. It's my duty when I see somebody poor, starving, does not have the bare minimum. It's my duty as a consumer to make sure that they also have the right to consume the bare minimum, the basic necessities. It's my duty as a consumer not to consume everything that I get, and because somebody can give me, I can afford it. And duty for consumer to say certain, at this age, to say no. We have duties as a consumer. And so Nilesh, next time, so the next assembly will be on duties, sir says. Intercoms are kept for duties. Sorry for spoiling your duties. importance of duties to remember, students. We are too much consumer oriented, grabby type of people, and what to give back we seldom think. Learn that aspect of consumerism. Including the word to say a thank you is a duty of a good consumer. I remember being in a restaurant once, and the poor waiter, it was a simple restaurant, would-be type, and this waiter came over there, and instead of getting coffee, he bought tea over there. And on the first sip, the way it was a couple and the children, the way the lady abused that man for getting a wrong order. Duty of a consumer is decency. Duty of a consumer is sensitivity. Learn to be a true and a good consumer, not a complaining type only. Besides talking about the consumer, sir, I wish our students get into not just being consumers as much as making or being entrepreneurs. Being those people who let others have or do get on account of us. In the home, students, I as a student is a consumer, and there could be demands from the producer, our parents sometimes. I need this, I need to get better food, you need to do this for me. Our demands could be unlimited. Sometimes this consumer attitude can make us self-centered, selfish. Be careful of it. But more than that, students, what I'm also putting in your mind is learn to be a good entrepreneur. By the way, every end of every consumer, the other side is a producer, is an entrepreneur. All of us, or many of us, are entrepreneurs in our own right. Be that good entrepreneur, a business person someday, including a good teacher, because students, you are the consumer when it comes to me being the producer and entrepreneur. And you, I have a right towards you as a teacher. So for us teachers also, it's our duty as in this consumer that we satisfy our consumers. We need to extend the whole idea of consumerism. What type of a consumer am I at home? Am I a sucker? Do things and let my parents do the bed and everything else for me? Wash my dishes? Am I that type of a consumer? Wash my plates and so on? Consumer. Be a good consumer. Beyond that, be an entrepreneur. Be somebody who gives to society rather than be at the sucking end of the line.
The whole Consumer Club and the NSS unit, I, as a member of the Consumer Club, would like to express our greatest gratitude to Reverend Father Principal and all the staff members present here. My dear friends, thank you for being such a wonderful audience. A very big thank you to our economics teacher, Teacher Kimberly, for guiding us for the success of this program, and also Sir Nilesh for helping us throughout the program. Thank you very much.
I am Bhuvan Rathod from class 12th Commerce A.
And I am Kanisha Chorankar from class 11 Science B.
Members of the Consumer Club. As you all are aware that yesterday we spoke about the various consumer rights, and today we are here to make you all aware about us as consumers and our responsibilities towards the society.
Consumers should bear in mind the following duties. Think independently. Consumers should know
should express their grievances and file complaints against contaminated or substandard products even when the loss is small. When consumers do not speak out against the loss they suffer and do not file a complaint, it encourages businessmen to practice unfair trade practices and supply defective goods.
Be an ethical consumer. Consumers must be ethical and fair and not file fraud complaints against dealers or manufacturers for personal reasons. They should engage themselves not in deceptive practices. They should discourage any illegal trade, hoarding or black marketing, etc.
Be quality conscious. The problems of duplicate, adulterated, and substandard products can be resolved when consumers stop compromising on the quality of goods. Thus, consumers should be aware of a product's quality and look for products with AG mark, ISI mark, etc.
Practice sustainable consumption. The responsibility to be aware of the impact of your consumption on other citizens, especially the disadvantaged or powerless groups, and to consume based on needs, not wants.
Be responsible to the environment. The responsibility to be aware and to understand the environmental consequences of our consumption. We should recognize our individual and social responsibility to conserve natural resources and protect the earth for future generations. That's all from our side for today. We'll be back here tomorrow to make you all aware about other responsibilities as consumers.
Good morning, Reverend Father Principal, teachers, and my fellow students. I am Soham Patkar.
And I am Mika Pindo,
representing Consumer Club. Today, we stand at a crossroads, facing a choice that not only impacts our health, but also the well-being of the environment we call home. As consumers, each one of us has the power to make a difference. So let's embark on a journey together, a journey towards a plastic-free and healthier future.
Plastic, once hailed as a revolutionary material, has now become a pressing global issue. Did you know that every piece of plastic ever created still exists in some form today? Plastic pollution affects our oceans, wildlife, and even our own health. Plastic has become a constant element in our lives. It's everywhere. Products, packaging, cosmetic ingredients, textiles, mobile phones, and so on.
The connection between plastics and health is undeniable. Harmful chemicals leach from plastics into the food and water we consume, posing risk to our well-being. Plastic pollution clogs our waterways, disrupts ecosystems, and endangers countless species.
As responsible consumers, we can be the catalyst for change. Let's dive into practical steps each of us can take to reduce our plastic footprint and contribute to the well-being of our planet.
Firstly, let's talk about our daily habits. Simple acts like bringing reusable bags to the store, using a refillable and opting for products with minimal packaging can collectively make a significant difference.
Say no to single-use plastics, straws, cutlery, and containers. By making sustainable choices, we not only protect our health, but also preserve the beauty of our environment.
By choosing reusable alternatives, we can collectively reduce the burden on our landfills and oceans. Plastics outlive us and will outlive our younger generations. The good news is that it is in our hands as consumers to turn this situation around. We have the power to make manufacturers change the way they produce. How? By changing the way we consume.
As members of the Don Bosco Higher Secondary School Consumer Club, we urge you to join us in a pledge. A pledge to be mindful consumers, to make informed choices, and to be stewards of our planet. Share your knowledge with friends and family. Let's create a ripple effect of positive change.
The power to protect our health, environment, and Mother Earth lies in our hands. Let's choose wisely. Let's choose sustainability. Together, as conscious consumers, we can turn the tide on plastic pollution and ensure a brighter and healthier future for generations to come.
Let's be the change we wish to see in the world. Have a wonderful day, and remember, our actions today shape the world of tomorrow. Thank you.
A very good morning, Reverend Father Principal, teachers, and to my fellow students. Through our assembly skit and intercom briefings, we have addressed consumer awareness, rights and responsibilities, and the fight against plastic pollution. Today, we are here to highlight a couple of additional crucial aspects pertaining to consumer awareness that can truly empower us as responsible citizens.
Absolutely, Ganesha. One key aspect is being mindful consumers. Let us think beyond just the price tag and look at the bigger picture. When we make a purchase, we cast a vote for the kind of world we want. Are we supporting business that prioritize sustainability and ethical practices?
Very true, Bhuvan. Our choices matter not just for us, but for the entire society. Another important point is being aware of deceptive advertising. Advertisements can sometimes mislead consumers. It's essential to question and verify claims before making decisions. Don't be swayed by flashy ads. Be an informed consumer.
Let's not forget the significance of product safety. Always check for quality marks and certifications. Ensure that the products we use are safe for us and the environment. It's not just about personal safety, but also about the collective well-being of our community.
Let us be ardent by following the 3 R's of a dutiful consumer: reduce, reuse, and recycle.
How can you reduce? By consuming only what is needed, and also, if possible, reduce consumption of water, electricity, fuel, and other non-renewable resources.
How can you reuse? By buying products which can serve you for a longer period. Use
buying a new one.
How can you recycle? By not littering the environment. Please recycle degradable or recyclable materials through scrap dealers or authorized e-waste collection centers.
Additionally, it's vital to be conscious of our digital footprint. In this age of online shopping, we often overlook the environmental impact of packaging and shipping. For eco-friendly packaging and consolidate your orders to reduce the carbon footprint.
Moving on to the last point, let's talk about the power of spreading awareness. We are not just consumers, we are influencers within our communities. Share the knowledge you gain today. Educate your friends and family about their rights and responsibilities. Together, we can create a ripple effect of informed consumers.
To wrap it up, being a responsible consumer goes beyond our individual choices. It's about making informed decisions that contribute to a healthier, safer, and more sustainable world. Let's pledge to be conscious consumers, to question, to choose wisely, and to inspire others to do the same.
Remember, the more aware and informed we are, the stronger our collective impact. Let's be the change we want to see. Thank you, and let us continue to be champions of consumer awareness.